So I wanted to discuss a little bit of the free metal disposal aspect and the available purchasing of material. So I'm looking, as a startup here at Nipwin, looking to just try to generate more of a free metal disposal to start for sure. And it also gives the public and businesses a little bit of a alternate outlet, I suppose, from taking their material to the landfill, where they're, having to be charged to drop and dispose of their material. I am able to potentially purchase material as well. It does depend kind of on the situation. We kind of have to be somewhere between the customer having to pay at the disposal site and find that middle ground between that and the customer taking their material to a city, such as Saskatoon, 3 hours away type thing. So we try to find that middle ground where we can potentially save customers some money and potentially be able to pay depending on the situation. At least for now, a good example of that. A good example of that is this material here. It came from a shop fire from a neighboring town, unfortunately, and so instead of them having to take this material to the city, which is a number of hours away, or potentially being charged at the landfill, we were able to scale their material and pay for it as well. So where the customer can save on disposal fees and still get paid from us at the same time, it's the gap gets a little bit wider for a situation like that. So an example, instead of paying $1,000 for disposal fees or 500, we were able to contribute a couple $1,000 if when they delivered the material here. So we were able to scale the material not far from our location here. We don't have our own scale yet. Potentially we might not for a couple years. Having these local businesses such as Nutrien and different businesses. We've got Pickseed over here too that has a scale. There are multiple full length, legal for trade scales around. So the nice thing about that is I don't have to think about trying to budget for a scale and go through that whole process, especially not at this time. So maybe in future years, if it makes sense to put one in here, well, maybe we'll think about that at that time. So that's just one example. They had local contractors bring the material here, so we were able to scale it, unload it, pay for the material, and so it's kind of one of those things where it can save you a bit of money and make a little bit too, depending on the situation. Like I said before, having this site, it's kind of a alternate outlet and taking your material to the landfill and dispose of it that way, where a company like me has to go there anyways at some point to remove the material and do the recovery on it and clean up. So offering a free metal disposal here, like I mentioned before, we're just trying to find that middle ground between you having to pay for your material at the landfill, and taking it to a city location. So as time goes on, we'll get a little bit more familiar with what we can pay for and determine how we pay for certain things. And so a good example of that, again, if you were to bring me a full dump trailer full of tin and fridges here, it's not something I'm interested in paying for. Just because the alternate solution would be to take it to the disposal site, where you have to pay to dispose of this kind of material. And it's we just want to give the public and businesses just a little bit of an alternate outlet. And being right close to town, it's a little bit easier access to our location as well. So it's the disposal site's not extremely far, but it's got a few more miles to get there. We are able to pay for the non-ferrous materials as well, the copper and brass, those kind of materials. We have our own scales for that material. It's just the semi and heavy truck scales that we don't have yet. So, but like I said, the nice thing is, being here, we've got multiple full length, legal for trade scales that it really makes everything I'm trying to do here just flow a little bit easier, at least to get me going and develop here in the next year or two. So if you want, just bring your material here, or give me a phone call, send me some pictures even, and we can kind of figure out if it's worth us trying to pay on it or not. We'll definitely try, but trying to find that middle ground, like I said, where the alternate solution could be to take it to the landfill where you're being charged to dispose, and taking it to the city but that's kind of a long ways from here. So we got that 3-hour drive to Saskatoon. So just trying to find that middle ground where it makes sense for my side of things as a business and the customer. So you are able to bring your vehicles here. We could pay on vehicles and farm implement and construction and different things like that, for sure. Fridges, anything containing Freon, all that kind of material, we'll keep this as a free drop off for fridges containing Freon. I am certified to drain and contain anything containing Freon, so that definitely helps. I can do all that on my own time. It's part of being friendly to the environment. So that's maybe on another video I'll get more into that. So I just wanted to touch base on the purchasing aspect of my business. And so like I mentioned, just trying to find that middle ground between a customer having to pay to dispose and taking material to the city. Over time I'll learn what's going to make sense and go from there.